So Trump and Musk. This two-way could be a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week channel where all we do is talk about the remaking, reimagining, and limiting of the federal government. Wall Street Journal says they're now offering buyouts at the CIA after the initial round exempted people in national security. The USAID fight continues. Trump reaffirmed yesterday that he told his Secretary of Education nominee, you're going to put yourself out of work. Like, there's a lot going on here, and there's a lot of criticism of it. And obviously, it's still centering around Musk. So, for the third straight day yesterday, Donald Trump said on paper favorable things about Musk, but also said he does not have carte blanche. And I don't know if that's to send a signal to Musk or to get the media off the trail, whatever. Dan, just what's your 30,000-foot summary of where we are in reinventing government Musk style?
There can only be one star in the Trump movie. You just always have to remember that. And that is Donald Trump. And I think as long as Trump feels like Musk is producing, a good narrative, he's okay. The moment there's problems, I think he's going to start saying either you're over your skis or you've extended your stay.
And how about on the substance of what they're doing in terms of public opinion, in terms of making America great again? How's that going?
I think for USAID, I think they'll win that. I think I've said this before in the last month. Democrats cannot defend the status quo. If I were the Democratic Party, I would do three things here. I would try to take the strength and make it a weakness, which is not that they're proposing change. They're going so fast and they're so indiscriminate that they are putting stuff at risk. I would highlight the where some of these agencies do good stuff, and I would embrace this to say that basically we are for kind of smart reform, they're for reckless grievances. If you blow out the CIA leadership, like, they're working on terrorist case, they're working on trying to keep us safe, right? That is risky to just blow out everybody. The third thing is, I would start trying to find, if I were Democrats, wasteful spending and stuff like the Department of Defense and Commerce. I would draw Republicans into this. Make them defend the fact that that a ship is repaired for $10 billion versus a new one built for $3 billion. Why is that? You got a bunch of Southern senators that want to defend the jobs in their district. So I would start putting mud all over the walls that, like, we'll play this game too, right? Now, Elon, go hunt in the Defense Department. Let's get the headlines and make, Lindsey Graham squirm and Ted Cruz squirm. And then, the last
Sean,
thing I would do, anyway, sorry.
Well, that's all right. I just want to speed through these if we can, because
sorry.
I want to get folks in on the Middle East. Sean, where are we on Trump and Musk, and where are we on reinventing government?
So first of all, a couple things. One, I'd love to squirm, Dan. I mean, hey, you want us to come hunting at the Defense Department and Commerce? I think you'll get more Republicans on that team than anything else. One thing occurred to me overnight that I thought was interesting. There was this philosophy, like, and many have extolled it like Dan did, which is, go in surgically, whatever, and as opposed to whole. And I started to think about this. For Republicans and conservatives that have thought the government is too big, too bloated, too ineffective, you pull it out by the root, right? Taking out USAID by the root, taking out the DOE by the root, so it can't grow back. If you just leave part of it there, it'll grow back. Welcome to Washington. It knows how to reconstitute itself like the Terminator. So what they're doing is they're literally pulling all of these weeds out by the root. And I think it's actually a lot smarter than we're giving it credit for. On Elon himself, I mean, the thing that's interesting on this, where the president, I think, is actually really smart on this is Elon's not just getting the credit, he's also taking all the hits. So it's, to Dan's point, he might be partially the star, but he's also taking all the arrows too. All those guys standing outside the building at USAID, Chris Van Hollen and Ilhan Omar, are yelling about Elon Musk, not Donald Trump. So as far as Trump's concerned, it's like, yeah, you go take the hits. You go be the bad guy. He actually, to some degree, has set the guy up. I actually think it's smart. Now, here's where I think this is. I'll finish with this, Mark. The first quote I want to read you is, man, Trump will be well satisfied to have this fight. When you talk about, that was by the esteemed philosopher David Axelrod. Then the other one is, when you talk about cuts, the first thing people say is, cut foreign aid, said Rahm Emanuel. You don't fight every fight. You don't swing at every pitch. This is exactly the point. They went hunting in a smart place first. So I actually think they're going about this well. The base is behind him. The movement is behind him. And as you mentioned,
Democrats cannot just sit there and say, you can't do this, like kind of from a process standpoint, and all is well. Like, it's suicide for us to keep defending everything always.